Okay, so I went on a scavenger hunt myself around my house and I found 3 items. I'm going to show you the items one at a time so I can explain them. So we're actually going to start off with the first item. This is actually a container that I have in my bathroom that holds cotton balls. And we're actually going to look at this part of the container only because there's a lot of arrays going on in this container, but I'm gonna solely focus on the array that's on this side. So I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna try to be as steady as I can. Now, as we can see, there's an array that has 3 rows going across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns going up and down. So what's making this array is the cutouts in the plastic that are making some nice shaped holes. And so what you're going to be doing is that worksheet that you have, it says things that come in arrays. So what is it? I'm going to call it a bathroom container because that's pretty much what it is. So just label it in a way. If you want to use this method of sharing your work, you can also just take a picture like this of the array. That's completely fine. How many are in the array? So we're going to actually use a skill that we learned yesterday. We're going to practice it again. We're going to use skip counting to figure out, to be more efficient in figuring out how many are in the array. So I'm going to actually use, so I can use the number that's in each column or I can use the number that's in each row. I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each row. That's too many for me to count. I don't feel like counting by 7s. I mean, I'm going to use the columns. There's 3 in each column, so I'm going to count by 3s. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So I just skip counted by 3s to find the total. So when it says how many in the array, 21. So what is in the array is actually holes in this case. So I could even write that 21 holes in the array. To make a drawing of the array, I would basically just copy it. So I can see that I have 3 rows that are gonna go across. And I said that there are 7 in each row. So I'm gonna make sure I have 7 in each. So that's 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I'm just going to make sure I have 7 in each row, which would make 7 columns of 3. Try to be as precise as you can. Line them up underneath each other. You can use little squares, you can use little dots. It doesn't have to be precise, but try to make it as neat as possible. So that's one of my items that I found in my scavenger hunt done. My second item is coming up next. For my second item, I actually have a stamp set that celebrates the anniversary of Earth Day. So my stamp book has many stamps on it. I'm gonna start by writing, what is it? I'm going to say it's a stamp booklet, because that's what they're called. All right, now when it says how many are in the array, I'm going to use my skip counting to help me figure this out. So I'm actually going to, I see that in each column it might be easier to skip count by because there's 2 in each column. So I'm going to skip count by 2s. You could also skip count by 6s because there's 6 going across in each row. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have a total of 12 stamps in this array because each item is a stamp. And then I'm going to draw it. So I'm going to say, okay, I have 2 in each row. Now I need to, 2 in each row, 2 in each column. So, and I have 2 rows. So I need to make, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that should match my stamp array. All right, coming up with the next and last item after this. So my last item is a calculator. So several of the buttons are in an array in the calculator. There are some buttons that we're not going to pay attention to. If you notice, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows going across. But I have, let me see, in each column I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me check if that's true for the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will not be an array if I count these buttons. So I'm actually not going to focus on those last few buttons. This is going to be the array that I focus on. So I notice, I'm gonna first write down that I have a calculator. And I'm going to be specific, calculator buttons, because it's not the entire calculator, that's the array. And I'm going to count how many are in each array, in this array by skip counting by 4s. I'm going to use 4s because that's the number in each row. You could choose to use 4s or 6s because that's the number in each column. It's up to you. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So that gives me a total of 24 buttons in the array. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice, okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows that are going to go across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in each row I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go across with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. If you count the number of dots that you have, you should get 24 buttons. So that is the last array that we're going to be talking about today. Good luck with your activity, friends.